Hey, it's your girl, Brittany. We can always edit the beginning off, right? But I like this. This is like bloopers. Like, y'all, I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm trying to be me. And I feel like that's the whole part of me doing this. But anyways, it's your girl, Brittany Battle, aka Gwen's Peace. And I'm gonna keep the beginning because, like I said, I'm not perfect, and I want everybody to see me in the light of a real human. Like, it's everybody that's like that, and that's the purpose of me doing my podcast in the first place. AKA, the name of my podcast is Ascended Thoughts, and this is the real live footage. Even if I do mess ups, even if I just want to be myself, I just want to be free. And I'm doing this for to help people also gain their for themselves also. There is no such things as perfection. It is nothing but an illusion. But this first episode is going to be about the realness of true shadow work, aka healing. Y'all, shadow work is real, but before I get into that, let me talk more about myself and about my journey when it comes towards shadow working. So, again, my name is Brittany. Brittany Battle to be, exact. If we want to get into our government, um, basically, when I first started my spiritual journey, it actually like started here and there when I was little. As a kid, like I remember being able to feel stuff. I felt energies and I didn't know what I was feeling. And I remember like being like one of those kids like sneaking stuff and stuff like that, being your typical kid or whatever, just sneaking stuff and everything. I remember when I knew somebody was coming, I always knew somebody was coming and I never really got caught because I felt when they was coming, I would hear like this sound in my right ear where I had like spirit. Now that I think about it, they was warning me that somebody was coming and I stopped and the person would walk right in. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what is this? Like, how am I able to do that? I question it, but I didn't dive too deep into it because of the scare tactics that society has put on really us as a whole. I try my best avoiding scary movies growing up because they always like did something to my spirit that didn't feel comfortable. And now I know why. Is because I feel like they want you to be scared of your power. Definitely so many of these movies that surrounding anything with like demons attached to magic and all that type of stuff, like trying to make like stuff like that seem bad, like you seem like a bad person because you connect to something deep within you. They don't want you to do it, but they do it themselves. So that's just my personal opinion. It is what it is. Don't kill the messenger. But yeah, that was like my first beginning stages. When I tapped back into it, it was in 2020 during the pandemic. Things started to get pretty strong for me. Um, After I came back from a really big lesson, I moved from Kentucky back to Michigan. I'm from Michigan. And I started working a job at Red Lobsters. When I started working a job at Red Lobsters, y'all, it was so intense. Like, after this is like 2021 when I started feeling the intensity for real. It was after being to yourself for so long during the pandemic because we was all like in quarantine. So it was just like so much of that, like just being to yourself. So I'm just like, I went back to waitressing because I had so many years experience in waitressing, and I went to Real Lobsters, and it was just like every time I messed up an order, or like if I said something wrong, or it was just like everything felt so intense, I would start crying. Like, literally, y'all, I would spend every day in the back room of Red Lobsters crying because I messed up an order or something like that. Like, I was just like, why do I feel so intense? Like, what is going on? Like, this is a lot. The year prior, like that October prior, because this was June 2021, October 2020, I lost my nephew that I grew up with. Me and him was only a year apart. And I wasn't myself. Like, I felt like so down, and then the anxiety was intense for me. So I was trying to figure out like what was going on with me. And I ended up searching on, I think it was like therapists, or it was something, I forgot, it was like some type of website for therapists. And I'm like, I need to look into therapy. Like, I really want to look into it. I had a therapist when I was in Kentucky, but things didn't work out with us. We didn't have really much in common. It just didn't fit with us at all. But I was like, I need another therapist. Like, I need somebody that's like me. I preferred me preferably, I wanted someone that was a black woman that, was able to basically understand where I come from in both ways, being a minority and being a woman, but being twice the minority, a woman and black. So I saw this woman, and her name, just something was about it. Like, something, I just wanted to reach out to her. So I reached out to a few people before her, but when I reached out to her and she called me back, things felt so good. Like, she felt so sweet, and like she felt so nurturing. And that was just like the first time we talked on our phone, like we about to set an appointment. Like, that's how intense it was. And then her office was only like 4 minutes from my house. Like, it was just meant to be or whatever. So when I connected with her, I found out that she also had spiritual gifts. She can see and hear spirits. And that was something that was really like intense for me. Like, she guided me through my journey, and she told me, she was like, what if I told you that your anxiety was your awakening? She said your anxiety was basically pushing you out of something that you no longer felt comfortable in. You didn't feel comfortable in that space, so you couldn't be comfortable. Like, your stomach, your gut was telling you, like, this is not for you, this isn't the place for you. And that's really what it was. Like, I quit shortly after. um and just, it was intense for me. But after that, me and her talked. I got into tarot, and I just mentioned, I heard something about, if you do tarot, that like a deck have to be given to you. So I got into tarot. I asked somebody for my birthday. I was like, if you let me, you'll get me a tarot deck for my birthday or whatever. And my brother's ex-girlfriend got me a tarot deck. And I love it. It's still my baby. I still got it to this day. That's still my girl. Um, and it's just been igniting ever since for me. Like, that's just, I basically started doing readings shortly after. Then I started selling like sea moss and making like jewelry and stuff. Like, I enjoy like making jewelry and everything. Like, I got earrings on. I got my earrings on right now. Got my bracelets. Like, that's just, I'm starting doing rings. Like, I love creating. And I was like, I want to do tarot. So I was like, let me start trying to get clients and stuff like that. And it was honestly pretty hard because people wasn't really receptive to receiving readings for real. Like, they was really iffy about that. So I just basically was like, okay, well, let me just try to get myself out there as much as possible. Kind of receive a little backlash from family. People was weird about it. Most people was pretty supportive about it. I just started off doing it for free for my family and for my friends and stuff like that, for myself. And I just knew from then that this was something that I enjoyed doing because it was pretty fun to me. Like, I used to just play with my cards just to see the message and see what they want to tell me. Like, there was just, I loved it. I love starting off. It was like a really beautiful experience for me. But last year was probably like my biggest transformation year for me. Last year in 2024, I finally found shadow work. And that's getting back to this episode. I finally found shadow work. I basically, yeah, so what I learned, okay, y'all remember on TikTok Shop, they had the shadow work book. And it was like these questions in there that was like really intense. And I was like, I want this book, I want this book, I want this book. And my friend, he actually was like, I have it. Like, I can send you some prompts and stuff and everything. And I was like, okay, cool. So I started like answering some of the questions. And, it felt like cute and everything. And I was like, people are not really like showing the results after doing this. Like, it's cute and all, but like, okay, so the questions started making me dive deeper. Like once I really like allowed myself to like actually like stick with the questions like every other day and just like dive deep into it and realize like how this stuff was hitting at stuff that I tried to push into the back of my mind from years ago. Like it brought up so much for me. And last year was the year of 8, which is the year of the truth. And it was just like, now it's time to face your truth. It's time to stop hiding behind a mask like you're not happy anymore. So it's time to face it. So I'm like, okay, when I faced the truth, I didn't know how to heal from it. I didn't know how to move past it. So I allowed it to manifest into anger. And anger caused me to make decisions that was not the best for me. I allowed it to steer me into homelessness. I allowed it to steer me into deep depression. I allowed it to steer me into everything but looking within myself. Like I was looking so much outside of me. I ran into a woman that I thought that could be a friend because she was spiritual like me. And I felt like me and her had this connection, you know what I mean? It's just, I ran into people that was just like the people that I was dealing with back home that I never spoke up to, that I never like actually paid attention with face value, like actually like I never really tried to stick up for myself or speak up, and I just ran. I felt like running was easier than actually like facing what was home. So I left from Detroit and I went to South Carolina, and me and the friend, we didn't work out. She was a very vindictive person. Everything that's spiritual ain't good. They still, I'm not gonna like judge her journey or anything. I really do wish her the best. I wish everybody the best that I ran through, like when it came to this journey period. But I was attracting the wrong kind of people because I was in the wrong kind of headspace. I was attracting people that was angry with their life themselves, and they were projecting it onto me. And I allowed it because I just wanted some type of love, some type of affection, and that wasn't good. So this is why I am doing this episode with Shadow Self. So I want to break down what I really learned about shadow work myself and like what does it look like. So first thing first, your shadow self is the person that's they feel like they're trying to protect you. That's like your darker side. That's the certain characteristics of you that you feel is not the best type of characteristics. Whether you can be manipulative at times, whether you can find yourself lying at times, whether you can find yourself just being like crashing out, doing crazy stuff, being angry, depressed, all this type of stuff or whatever. Those are your shadow selves. Those are the parts of you that society have taught you to be ashamed of instead of embracing it. What I learned about my shadow self when I was doing my shadow work, I asked myself, I said, how did it make me feel when I was doing the shadow work? Shadow work made me feel ashamed of so many parts of me. I was just unlocking, and I later on found out that that wasn't the right way to go because it ended up making my shadow even more angry at me because they like, this is me, this is you. We are one. Me and your shadow, me and you, we are one. And you don't like me, so you don't like yourself. And that's not the way to go. So I wish that, well, before going into shadow work, I asked myself, I wish that I would have knew the real of it. I wish that people wouldn't have try to make it cute. And it's not. Real shadow work looks like you being alone and you crying to yourself and you just feel like the world around you is crumbling, but really it's crumbling to be built back again. It's not what you think it is at all. And it was just really, really intense for me. I had to learn that I wasn't going to let society cage me because of stuff that they want me to be ashamed of. And I'm not ashamed of myself anymore. This is my freedom call, me doing this. I'm not ashamed. I'm 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 letting loose. Like, this is me. I love me. I love every parts of me. I love every characteristics, everything, every mistake that I have made, aka lessons, because none of my I don't make mistakes, I make lessons. And I had to call back my power, and I'm doing that today. Now that I realize that my shadow isn't my enemy, I started like rewiring my subconscious. I started talking things through with my shadow self, because have y'all ever watched like Inside Out 2? Y'all remember anxiety? And you remember, sorry, spoiler alert. I'm about to say spoiler. If you haven't seen Inside Out 2, please skip this part for the next few minutes. Okay, cool. Just letting y'all know, because I ain't no spoiler. I don't like spoilers. But anyways, so basically, anxiety at the end, I'm sorry, they, because I'm not sure. I think she was she, but I'm just gonna say they. Um, Anxiety felt like they were protecting Riley by giving her these different scenarios of how things could go wrong, because they didn't want Riley to be disappointed and to feel that pain and that hurt that they felt before. And really, they didn't know that they was hurting Riley, because Riley wasn't being receptive to the good things that was going on to her in her life, and she was just walking around assuming everything was coming at her. But really, it really wasn't about her. Like, it really wasn't what she thought it was. Like, she was all in her head about it. Instead of coming and talking things out with her friends, she automatically assumed that her friends didn't want to have nothing to do with her no more, because they was going to separate high schools and everything. So like, anxiety to me is like who your shadow self is. Like, that's how anxiety is. Like, your shadow put these negative thoughts in your head because they feel like they're protecting you. Like, they want to make sure that you're not expecting more than what's been happening to you. Your shadow is what absorbed all that darkness, that stuff that the trauma that you went through all your life. So they feel like they're protecting you, and they just like, I just want to make sure, like, you don't overthink, don't think that you can have this, because remember when this happened and you couldn't have, like, no. So what I had to do was tell my shadow and sit my shadow down, and I still have to do it. And to this day, is, hey, it's okay. We're happy. You can be happy. You don't have to be sad. You don't have to be depressed. You don't have to be down. You don't have to expect the worst. We are now living in the timeline where everything is working out for us, and that is okay. It's okay now, anxiety. Like, it's okay. I call it anxiety, I guess, now. It's okay now, shadow self slash anxiety. You can calm down. You can enjoy life, but you also know that at times things can have its ups and downs. But it depends on how your perspective and how your views and how you received it. You can't control everything around you, but you can control how you react to everything that is around you. So everything is going to be okay. That's what I had to tell myself when it came to like doing shadow work and everything. And I feel like since I unlocked that code within myself, it made me start going into expanding my business. I decided to expand my business, doing spiritual guidance counseling, and I like to help people figure out their journey and figure out how their shadow work would look like. So when I started doing spiritual guidance counseling, I started like helping people figure out stuff that make them happy by first healing their inner child, and so on and so forth. So I basically just been working on that, and I just like love to help and connect to people and just watch people grow as I've seen how I've grown. And I just wanted to thank you guys for listening and for tuning in. I really appreciate you. If you would like some guidance through your journey and shadow work and just working through like any loss or anything in that way, feel free to email me at gwendolyn'speace777 at gmail, or you can go on gwendolyn'speace.org and we can book an appointment. We can get everything started. I would love to help you through your journey. And I love you guys, and I appreciate you for taking the time to listen. You can also find me on Instagram at beautiful_Brit17. You can find me on Facebook at Brittany Battle, or my business Facebook, which is Gwendolyn's Peace too. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you so much. Please stay tuned for my other episodes of Ascendant Thoughts. Love you.